What's up? Oh my gosh. Finally got live. I've been trying to log I've been trying to log on for a minute. I still can't see comments. Let me see. How y'all doing out there? Okay then. What's up, Managa? Bliss, man. Chilling like a villain. Chilling like a villain. Hey, how y'all doing right now? How's everybody doing right now? How's this ascension going? Because that's really what I want to talk about, man. This ascension right now is getting crazy, crazy, especially for us masculines right now. We going through it. Let me see. Wait for a couple more people to kind of pull in. But what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for pulling up. And I finally got on. I don't know why it was like not even letting me log on. So let me see. It was, yeah, for real. It's crazy out here in these ascension streets, man. It's real. It's so crazy. Like the things that like I would usually kind of see coming a mile off or smacking me in the face. So I've been going through it too. It's like I'm also going through it. I'm telling you, it's crazy out here. But it's necessary. This is all necessary for us to become and be everything that we're meant to be. So still waiting for guests. I guess some people saved it or whatnot. But anyway, yo, how y'all ascension going? Like, how y'all doing right now? Glad to be hearing the divine masculine's perspective and vision right now. Exactly, exactly. We look, we all here together. We all let me back up a little bit out this camera. I'm like all up in it. There we go. We all here together. We're doing it together. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And it's so funny you say that because right now, I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple of videos ago, I talked about how this was the year of the divine masculine, like the awakening of the divine masculine, because you know he about to awaken like a roaring lion, and the reason why is it's going to be out of necessity. Like you are needed, so therefore you got to be here, and that was such a core wound with the masculine collective of being needed because the one thing the masculine has heard is what? I don't need a man. I don't need a man. So literally the masculines are looking at the were looking at the collective and of feminine, and they were saying, well, I'm not needed because she said I don't need a man. I don't need that masculine structure. I don't need that protection. And so the masculine were reeling from that, but now they know they're needed. The cry is going out now. Where are our men? Where are our masculines? And so that's why it's a bittersweet moment. It's bittersweet. We here together. What's up, Pretty Wing Magic? Thank you for coming in. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you. Um, I'm in a little bit late. I was trying to log in and it wouldn't let me log in. I don't know why, but everything for a reason. Everything in its divine timing. So we got 10 people in the house. We're gonna go ahead and get it rolling. So, no moon coming up. We just left the 6-6 portal. We've been really transforming ourselves, right? On this part of the soul journey, we were just remembering ourselves, right? We were putting ourselves back together, and we were at that stop sign, at that memory point. I should say we were at that memory point where we were able to hit the save, like playing a video game, right? So now that we're leaving that memory point, it's like that cycle starts all over again. But we're not starting off like at ground zero. Oh my gosh, man, doggone got flies all around my leg. That one jumped over me. But we're at not at ground zero again. Now we're starting off where we left off. So I don't know if you guys know this, but ascension goes in waves, right? We go up and then we go down. We go up and we go down. So we're always going through constant, you know, um, energy process where we're giving and receiving. So Now we're at that point where we're coming out of this little rest period that we had, where a little bit we said, all right, enough of this work. I'm tired of it because nothing's coming of it, especially in on the twin journey, right? On that soul journey, man, where we're looking for that duplicate for that other of ourselves. A lot of us said, enough. I'm done with it. I'm not looking for that divine masculine, or I'm not sticking with him no more. A lot of the masculine said the same thing. We're not going to stick with that feminine anymore. But now we're finding ourselves again cycling right back to it again, where we're going, no, I want that divine feminine, I want that divine masculine. But here's the thing: you have raised your frequency, you have done work. So you are now attracting or pulling in the higher vibration of yourself. So when you're looking at this reflection of you, your counterpart, your divine counterpart, you're actually looking at the reflection of you. So on this soul journey now, and with the new moon coming, we're now able to start anchoring in off of that, like building off of that foundationally. We're going to anchor in and build off of that energy of we are a new creature. We are a new vibration. And now we want that thing that reflects us, because we're so used to the thing that we thought didn't, reflect us. But we came to that knowledge by doing the shadow work that, man, we were actually looking at ourselves. What that person was giving back to me was myself. This is like one of my favorite things that I say to masculines when I counsel them. And love to call women, excuse my language, a bitch. And it's like, but you are seeing the bitch in her because there's a bitch in you, right? So we're always calling out the very thing that we see in others. Because like I said, if you're pointing one finger at somebody, there's two or three pointing back at you. So now that we've gotten to that point to where we can be real with ourselves, we can look in that mirror and we can say, hey, there were moments when, you know what, I wasn't a divine masculine, I wasn't a divine feminine, I was something else. But it was necessary. Everything was necessary to get you to this point. That's really what I want you guys to understand. Everything was necessary to get you right here, right now. So you who are here, who have done the work, you are the new ascending masters. Like, this is so amazing. Like, I love the Bible so much, and before I say that, disclaimer, I love the Bible so much because it is an esoteric book that can be deciphered by those meant to decipher it. So someone can grab a book and they can interpret it a different way. I'm sorry, they'll grab a book and they'll interpret it in many different ways. But it's only meant to be interpreted by certain people because it was written for certain people. And that's what a lot of what we call quote unquote religious books, spiritual books, they were written by by men, but under the influence of spirit, right? So one of the things that I love about the Bible is in its esoteric nature, in its symbolic nature, it's always showing you your journey. In this 3D realm, we're dealing with the past, the present, and the future. So your soul can never die, but it can multiply. Say that again. Your soul can never die, but it can multiply. This is why you're on multiple timelines. This is why you deal with multiple issues at multiple times. Because your soul energy, your spark of life from source can literally be carried across multiple dimensions and multiple timelines. So when I say remember yourself, I really mean it. There can only be one. There can only be one. There can only be one God in the temple. You are that God in the temple, or that goddess in the temple. You're the one that is meant to sit on the throne of the temple, to be in control of the mind. So if you have multiple lives going on, that means you have multiple personality disorder because you are anchoring and pulling in these frequencies to the point of consciousness. You are the point of consciousness. That's why you're so valuable now. You are the point of consciousness. So you are actually living this existence of yours right now while your soul energy is shooting out in many different ways. And you are expected to do the work. You can't ascend your soul and not ascend your body. That's why we talk about DNA. That's why we talk about that's why melanated people in America, that's why we talk about who are we? And we're trying to find who we are. We're trying to anchor that in because we're here to do a DNA work. We're here to transcend this body too, not just the soul, the temple also, right? So I saw that message, but I don't know why it's not pulling up. This is not. There it is. Boom. My bad, y'all. That was user error. That was not the. You know how people be blaming YouTube? They be like, YouTube trying to block me, trying to get. Nah, that was me, man. That was user error. All right, let me go back to this. I just started reading the Bible. Okay, Pretty Wing Magic. I just started reading the Bible from the beginning a couple of weeks ago. It's been so enlightening to view it from, yeah, yes, from the esoteric perspective. Exactly. Because it's talking about you. It's talking about you. It's your journey. It's your journey. Let me see. Blessed up. Glad to be here in the Divine Master Perspective. We talked about that. What's up, girl? Let's see. Jada, what's up? It feels very necessary and like a renewal. Yes. Heavy in the trenches, though. Trying to stay humble. For sure. For sure. For sure. And see, I'm gonna get into that, Pretty Wing, before we go into reading the Bible from the esoteric perspective. All right, but yes, this renewal that we're going through right now, oh my gosh, yes, it's so heavy, but it's heavy from the perspective of delivering us. See, that's why we say there's no savior outside of yourself. And I think Bobby Hemmett spoke on this, that to the Caucasian man, that Jesus was the savior because they needed a savior to help them understand how to evolve. But to the melanated man, savior, because you've already evolved through that process. So now that we've come to the point collectively where we have unified, we have literally fought the fight of our ancestors. That fight has now ended. They have moved forward. We are moving forward, energetically speaking, right? But the heaviness was because we were carrying the burden. We were carrying that burden. And once we decided that that was done, we were done with it, it was done. It was done. But we in them trenches though. We in them trenches. And trying to stay humble with it, we got to. Because you already know this thing comes in waves. It comes in waves. You overcome one thing, next thing you know, here comes something else. Because we're too busy celebrating one victory. This ascension thing, it's real. It is real. That man, 2023 has taught me that. Has taught me that. Because when I saw the rise of the divine masculine, or I should say the start of the rise of the divine masculine in 2023, and this is taken into account, it's not 2023, right? The time has been changed. But speaking energetically, we can still access that energy. We just don't know what time it is, so we don't know how to frame our reference when we're putting our energy into the universe. Like if you know it's time to eat breakfast, you're not expecting dinner food. You know what I mean? You're expecting breakfast food. So you prepare for that. Well, it's the same way energetically speaking. When you know 20 years from now, some energy is going to be descending up on the earth, and you now got time to prepare for it, you prepare for it, right? You know what to expect. So you prepare for that energy to come. Well, now we have the chance, we have the ability to now prepare for what we know is coming. And what's coming is a matrix shutdown. That is what is coming. They always mimic what we do. You know, the matrix shut down. When the matrix is shutting down, they have to reset it. It's like I love it. I love equating it to a game, right? Because I played professional basketball. I love equating it into a game. When you're losing the game, you reset it. When you're losing the game and things are not going your way, you take your basketball and you go home, right? You quit. Well, that's what they're doing. And if you understood who you were, you would understand why they quitting. Because who you are, 3D speaking, that's meant to walk around glowing and on fire. That's what hue man means. Hue, light man, not light body. See, in this ascension process, in the true ascension process, all right, not the meta. You're trying to get out of Metatron's cube. You're trying to get out of Metatron's cube. You're not trying to stay in Metatron's cube. Transformers. Somebody get that. Matrix is shutting down as the tricks are going to minimal. Everything is being revealed. The veils are being torn, and you are remembering yourself. You are remembering that you are an original source creation. You're remembering that your soul has been here for thousands of souls. You remember the original blueprint that you originally incarnated into. The original blueprint, we do this work because the original blueprint has to come back online for our ancestors to reincarnate back. We're doing this work. It's real. Like I said, 2023 really showed me. The universe really showed me, no, this ascension work is real. Because you'll be confused. You'll be in and out of all kind of, situations, thinking that you're doing what you're supposed to do. And you know what I'm saying, think you're supposed to do. But Bible as a it comes alive when you understand that everything is hidden in symbology. And even in Revelations, it says this in the book of Revelations that this book is hidden in symbology. And people still read it and take it literally. See, the Bible has happened. It is happening and it is going to happen. Remember, the Bible says heaven and earth will pass away before the word does. Well, you are becoming the living word. As a matter of fact, most of you already are the living word. Word. And not of God, of source, of the source of us all. Because you are the God that's meant to rule this realm. Why is there that's why I get so mad at divine masculines, right? I get so pissed off. Like, I mean, I'm starting to put some of my counseling sessions off out. But I get so mad at masculines because they don't understand who they are. Like, bro, you meant to be the protector of this realm. When shit go down, you show up. But instead, we've lost that because of all of the estrogen that they have genetically modified and put into the food, all of the estrogen that they pump into the air, which is why our women have more breast cancer and cervical cancer, and our men are forming breast. It's from the chemtrails that they spray in the air that we inhale, because we are in a enclosed environment. We have a firmament. So our ancestors knew that. So whatever you do to the earth, everybody kind of deals with it, right? Whatever you do to Terra, everybody deals with it. That knowledge has been lost on the divine masculine collective. So now the divine masculine collective thinking it's about what they can get. And it's like it's not about what you can get. It's about what you can do. So amazing. So amazing. Because now that the feminine have woken up, now that the feminine have ascended to a certain point where they ain't taking the bull no more, they are requiring a real masculine to step forth. They are not giving, they're not giving themselves to just anyone. This is where we get to change. This is where the divine masculine gets to change because we get to not just have easy access to divinity. We have to climb and scratch for it because men need to be shown. And once the men see that it's not going to be easy access, you don't get the milk without buying the cow, so to speak. You're not going to not do the work and have access to this divine realm anymore. Now that that is in place energetically, that block, man, the ascension of divine masculine is about to go up because we now are grounding into our reality. And what is that reality? That everything is falling down around us. And no matter how much you try to achieve financially, outside of spiritual means, it's not going to do you any good, no matter how much you achieve. Like I hear so many masculines, I won't call them divine, but I'm always kind of searching for masculines I can connect with. And usually when I get into it, they're always talking about some type of currency, whether it's cryptocurrency or blockchain currency. And they talk about it with such love because they want to still try to get something out of this universe because they put so much in. But you're not going to get anything out of the old paradigm. You're only going to gain the new. So that's where we're at as a divine masculine collective. We are gaining this newness of who we are. And esoterically reading the Bible going to teach you all that. It's going to teach you all that. That the divine masculines were meant to wake up because this has happened before. It's happening now, and it happens again until all of us cycle out. So when you look at, like, for example, I give you a perfect example. Right now, we're preparing for Exodus. We're preparing for the exit to exit, so to speak. And the ones of us that haven't woken up yet, that are still assigned to wake up, will move. They will exit physically out of this matrix. This is the Exodus. What happened at the Exodus? Moses, which is a title, not a name, that's a title. So Moses was walking around, saw his people getting beat, getting killed. Sound familiar? Do. Getting mistreated, acting like there was nothing. He got angry and he assaulted one of the guards, aka policemen, for beating up one of his brothers. What do we call each other? Bro, what's up, brother? So When this happens and he kills him, he fears for his life. He's like, oh no, I just went against the establishment. FYI, Moses was living good. He was in the palace. He was chilling. He was rich. But his heart was saying something totally different. His heart was saying, you got to get out there. So now our collective, our divine collective, is waking up because it's time to exit, just like the Exodus book in the Bible. So when they left, they were going to establish something else. They crossed the Red Sea. What's the Red Sea? The Red Sea is your blood, it's the DNA. They crossed the Red Sea, they overcame. This is what we're doing again. We're getting ready to exit. All of us ain't gonna make it. Nah. Once again, so many of our ancestors have already spoken to this. Everybody ain't gonna wake up. We're gonna be pushing forward. This is how the Bible works. It's an esoteric book. It's symbolized. It's explaining to you the symbols of life and how to ascend through all of the mess. And it keeps telling you you'll never be leaving nor forsaken. You'll be guided. That's even what the Christ is talking about. It's talking about you. You are Yeshua. You are what they call Jesus. You are that being. You are. You are the Christ. You could put your name right there. Such and such Christ. That's you. Because he said, greater things will you do because I ascend to the Father. And to prove to you that you're supposed to be walking around with your light body activated, your light body is supposed to be in this body. You are separated. That's why your brain's separated. Hmm. Like I said, you're supposed to be walking around with your light body in this body. That's why you're working on your ship. Or some of y'all are worshiping another God. But you're supposed to be worshiping yourself because you are God. You're supposed to be building your ship, your light ship. So when you bring your light into this body, your body activates and you get the truest form of Kundalini because now you're on fire. This is why the human body can spontaneously combust. It can just go, poof. This is why. Because genetically, you have the propensity to be a burning bush. Moses again. Moses talked to the burning bush. Men are like trees. Remember when Yeshua told the man to go put mud on his eye? He put mud on his eyes, told him to go clean his eyes. He come back, he said, can you see? He said, I see men, but they're like trees. Yes, men are like trees. Humanity is like trees. We're interconnected together. So when you bring that light body into this body, it lights up and you have a true Kundalini awakening. This is what the Mount of Transfiguration was. And he was transfigured. And remember the disciples sitting there, if you've read this, he's sitting there, they're sitting there and they're looking. And they're like, oh my God, dude just changed. He just transfigured himself. And then there's like 3 other dudes with him. They like that too. You have the ability and should be activated to the point where your light body can now come into this body. Now, some of us won't be able to achieve this. Won't be able to achieve this because of jabs when you were born. Um, some of us refuse to clean up our eating because you have to have a clean temple to be able to accept the dark cosmic codes that are coming out of the sunspots. See, you receive the light. You receive the light. My bad. You receive the light through the windows of the soul. So you see the light. But what happens is the dark cosmic energy penetrates and fills your skin cells. In this turn, it then becomes activated. I mean, it starts activating your neuromelanin. So everything here is here for the purpose of either activating you or deactivating you. And it's your choice what you choose, right? So many are chosen, but many are called. That's what I want to say. Many are called, but only a few are chosen to continue to walk. And that's because there's a divine activation that happens, right? The Bible esoterically speaks of this. This is what the book of Revelations is all about. I mean, what's an apocalypse? An apocalypse is an unveiling. Really think about it. They paint the apocalypse as, meteorites falling, everything blowing up. Yeah, internally, yes. An apocalypse internally, yes. Because when you come into truth, you have an apocalyptic event. You cannot believe that any and everything you did was for nothing. That all of it was just there to get you awake. You see what I mean? So we go through many apocalypses. Apocalyptic event, one big unveiling that is happening. And that is when the sun bursts. That's when we get that solar flash, right? And this is what Revelations talk about again. I will destroy you with the brightness of my coming. They talking about the Son of God, the Son of God is going to destroy the wicked with the brightness of its coming. That's a solar flash. Boom. And the whole world will see it from one end to the other. Solar flash. So we are preparing for this. Matrix shutdown. The matrix is shutting down. They got to reset, like I was speaking on before, because when you're losing the game, you gotta reset it, right? You don't want to just lose it. This is why they're trying to reset themselves. Like just like you look at New York right now, what's going on with the orange skies? You look at that. What are they telling you? What are they telling you? They are putting it out there that literally there is a change coming, a change of you coming, because the second sun is getting ready to take its place. The changeover is happening. That burst is not just for nothing. These CMEs we're having, the reason they keep spraying so much to stop all of that, all of those cosmic rays and all of that high frequency energy from coming directly into your pineal gland. The reason that they're spraying so much is because this is the coming of the Christ. It is your time. It's your time. So when you realize that it is your time to shine, it's time to twinkle twinkle, baby. It's time to get out there and do you. But so much fear has been instilled into your cells. You've been locked into these cells of your body, and you've been locked in with a big cellmate named fear. And he's been beating that ass every day he can. Now it's time to ascend past that. Now you're out of the cell. That's why I say don't go to the blockchain when you just got out of the cell. Don't go to the crypt when you have just been reborn. Come on, man. We gotta do better than that. Anyway, let me see. Intentionally, what's up, Star? How you doing? Intentionally just went celibate and very excited about the detox of other sexual energy and new creative. Oh my gosh, yes. That's it. Twofold. I gotta mention this. Number one, do you see the level that you are going to cleanse your body and ascend? This is what the masculines, this is what the divine masculines are gonna have to reach. I love that. Thank you so much for that comment. This shows what I mean. The feminine are raising the bar. They're saying, I'm here. The masculine are here. And they're looking up there and they're going, I want to get there. I want to get her. Think about all the love stories you've heard, all of the fairy tales you've heard. A man will go through hell and high water to get to the woman he loves. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. Source. So as our source code change, we got to come up to that level to meet it. That's on one level of it. On the other level, man, cleansing your sexual energy, especially the womb, the cervix, and so vitally important for being able to carry a divine seed within, whether that is literal or figuratively, spiritually. You're able to carry that divine seed because the new divine seeds that are coming, this is part of what we're here to do, are going to have the safe space to be all that your genetic code says it can be. What do I mean by that? No jabs, no pollutants, clean, fresh water, clean, vibrant light that will feed their body. They're not even going to eat that much. They're not even going to eat that much. They're going to be eating light code, and they're going to be transforming so much. We are the first fruits of that. We are the first fruits of that, of what will be. So you cleansing yourself is right in line, right in line. And it's not easy. Kudos to you because, like you said, you intentionally did it. You made a choice to do it. And because you made a choice, you're going to be prospered because you've made the choice to literally rewrite the code. And as you clean yourself, you're going to get all of these new codes. And that the other people's sexual energy, those lines are going to be cut. Those cords are going to be cut. And now you're going to find yourself even able to think more freely because, for some reason, which we all know is the way they created society. They have taught and programmed masculines to want to control the feminine. And the last thing you would ever want to do is try to control feminine energy because it's chaotic. So this is why New York is going through what it's going through right now. I think it was like a year or two ago, they had Kali up on there. Um, I think last week they had, or even right now, still they have a big Diablo up there, which is pretty much showing you Lilith, showing you Lilith, and then they I don't know if y'all remember this, but probably about 2 weeks ago, um, a whole trainload of ammonium nitrate comes up missing, and um, now all of a sudden the skies are orange because ammonium nitrate burns orange when the sun hits it and it hits water vapor. See, they're doing a ritual again, just like the 9/11 ritual against the twins, the black magic. They're always doing this black magic, trying to come against us, but it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. We are the new birth. We are the new birth. So when we step into who we are, we remember who we are, and we activate our divine kundalini, not just the physical kundalini, because that's an activation too. But you got the divine kundalini, which is inside you, that is deep. When you activate this, man, your body is on fire. Literally. Why? Because our original genetic code goes back to the Naga. This is why when we go outside, we start sweating, we start glistening. We are supposed to be on fire. That's why that melanation is in you. Telling you. And what does Revelations tell you? His eyes were of a burning fire. He's coming back with fire or in fire. Read Revelations again and see what word they used. Is he coming back with fire? Because a lot of people say he said never flood the earth again, and he's coming back with fire the second time. Or did it say he will come in fire? Because the Christ will come in fire. And when the Christ raises in your body, you become like a crystal. Like the pyramid, which is really a crystal, a diamond. See, you only see the top part, right? You only see the top part. There's a bottom part too that goes like this. So it's a diamond, a crystal, you. And right now there's part of you hidden in the sand. Everything is symbolic. Just like half of those pyramids are hidden in the sand, half of you is hidden in the subconscious, in the sand, in the dark. And you have to ascend these parts of yourself to be able to bring your light body into this body. That is true ascension. See, the false ascension matrix tells you just love and light and love everybody and everything's gonna be amazing. It's not. That is not the way it goes, and y'all know that. Y'all know that is not the way it goes. Ain't nothing in your life ever told you just go love and light and everything's okay and everything's gonna be awesome. You know that. You have to do the work, and when you do the work, you get the reward. This is what the Bible's talking about. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, he shall reap. So if you're sowing to your life, then you are receiving life. If you are sowing to the rivers of living water within you, then you are receiving more living waters. This is what it means by the talents, right? Where it said, I will take, 2 or 3 talents that somebody didn't use and give it to somebody else. So we are increasing. We are increasing. And this is what reading the Bible esoterically can do for you. It'll open your eyes to so much. I know I went off on that a little bit, but that's like a little passion of mine, man. That's a passion of mine, man. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, lady. Emerging timelines. What's up? What's up? P. Thank you. Thank you. Even love them butterflies because we're going through the metamorphosis right now. We changing. We changing. We becoming that better version. I think that's butterfly. Is that butterfly? I don't know if that's butterfly or bees, but anyway, we're changing right now. But oh Lord, 42 minutes. Okay, so the Matrix shut down. That's what I wanted to talk about. Make sure we were on that. We getting prepared for that. New York, what they doing is literally they're doing their black magic because New York was originally called Netherland, New Netherlands, New Netherlands, New Etherland, the Ethers. Because when they came over here, it was a new ethereal pool from them to pull from because they had already destroyed Europe and everything else. So this was um, New Newfoundland, this place, this New Netherlands. You gotta look up these original names, man. What these people used to call this stuff because it really means something to them. Well, it meant something to them to name it that way. That's my point. So if it meant something to them to name it that way, it should mean something to you to understand what they meant by naming it that way. Especially if you're trying to get out the deception, right? New Amsterdam. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. And it's like, even with the New Amsterdam, it's like, man, I'm telling you, everything is meant to either wake you up or deceive you. Or it's in your water. So if we realize that, we're always in position to understand what's going on and move, right? But they found a new ethereal pool to pull from. That's all that meant, right? So they're showing and doing all of these rituals in one of the oldest places in terror, right there in New York, believe it or not. It is ancient. New York is so ancient. That whole area, the whole First Nations area, the whole First Nation. Because my people, my on my maternal side are Caribbean Indians. They're from the Caribbean. It's Caribbean Indians. And on my mother's side, they are Cherokee and Choctaw. So all of these different influences of DNA has had us having to work through so many different etherical fields. It's amazing. but we've been doing it. We've been doing it. We've been doing it. So just to give y'all a quick little update real quick, because we've been on for a minute. The new moon, the new moon. Now with this new moon and the solstice coming, like I said, how are you preparing for this solstice? How are you preparing for this solstice? Because if you are preparing for the solstice by cleansing, fasting, pushing away, you may feel this already. Um, Kind of like abstaining from the things that you know are not going to serve you or help you. The reason why is because we're coming to this equilibrium point, the solstice, right? Equilibrium. My rising sign, Libra. Yes, sir. Bringing in that balance and justice. So right now, we're having to ground and push all of that. I call it static energy. You know, that energy that's in your chest, it's in your stomach, makes you feel anxious and nervous. We're pushing that energy into the earth. We're grounding it. And she's receiving it. And when she receives it, she's going to give it back, but it's going to be renewed energy because she is getting ready to do a huge jump. If you wonder why, what was it, a blackout on a Schumann resonance? I think they said about 14 hours or something. Yeah, I bet they did. Because when that CME hit, man, she rumbled. Volcanoes, anybody? This is happening, and you are here for it. That's what's so awesome. Man, we here for this. Like we were reading this. Most of us probably reading this as kids and, or hearing about this. And now we're actually like living it. We actually are the ones. Like you are him. You are her, you that chick. Like that's it's so cool. But as the earth ley lines are being what's uh, um because I don't want to say that they're being recharged, being renewed. They're being renewed, not recharged, right? Because we're going back to the original blueprint. She's going back to the original blueprint. So this is an amazing time to just let go everything. I mean, everything, and let it go into her and let her take it because it's going to come back and it's going to come back in prosperings and blessings. It's going to come back in ways you never even thought. Because as we write our verses, you in verse, you in universe, as we write ourselves into her new timeline, we will start to see the change of this time. That's so profound because if you have a vision for yourself and what doesn't serve your highest good, that's easy. What is your vision? Does it serve your vision? Because if it don't serve your vision, it don't serve your highest good. So you got to let it go. Got to. Or it's going to be like a weight around your ankle in the middle of the ocean and you're trying to swim to the shore. Good luck. Good luck. It ain't happening. So the cosmic energy that's coming through the black spots on the sun. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the black spots on the sun are actually openings into the cosmic energy. We receive that. That's what your melanin does. You receive cosmic energy, neuromelanin. And this dark energy is evolving our DNA. That's just what I was talking about. It's evolving, not revolving it, because we're not reincarnating anymore. To the ones who are doing the work, you're going to incarnate. This is so awesome. You're going to incarnate, not reincarnate. If you reincarnate, you're going to have a contract. If you incarnate, in other words, you decide when you're going to come down and when you're going to do certain things, then now you're going to come down with the power. That was the point. That was the reason for the checkpoint that we just hit. You hit the save button because you'll never lose what you have gained till now. That's the good news of the gospel. That's the truth that you are becoming the light. Like what did Revelation say in the end? There will be no need for the sun and the moon because God himself would sit with his people and be the light of the world? You are the light of the world, are you not? Are you not God's? You are the light. You are the light. That your light body will be in your body, and you will be the light for which the people will see. Why? Because there'll be a black sun. Trying to tell you, can't make this up. You got to read it. You got to read it. It's all in symbology. That's why they talk about the black sun. So, the black sun, right? The black sun, the black sun. It's all there. But this cosmic energy is going to do some amazing things. It's been coming from the source of Edda Karina. I ain't gonna get all into that, but Edda Karina is a beautiful spot. They even made a movie with Whoopi Goldberg called Karina Karina. And check out how she changed their world. And they say, you changed our world. Check it out. It'll blow your mind, right? So the soul restoration that's happening is us coming back into our ancient power, our ancient beingness, where who we were becomes who we are. Remember what I said? There's nothing new under the sun. You're always dealing with three dimensions here, always. Whatever you deal with, you're dealing with three dimensions of it. So if you're dealing with time, you're talking about the past, the present, and the future. To heal your future, the present. So if you have a circle, you are the sun, you are the soul, you are in the middle. And then you have the past and you have the present. And you are always using your past moments to heal your future. Because when you learn something, like for example, you learn a stove is hot, you touched it. You will use your past, that past pain, that past hurt, in your present moment to say, I'm not going to touch that stove because I'm going to be burnt. You see your future. Everything works that way in this realm. So getting out of the matrix is not just about ascending a part of yourself. It's about ascending the whole thing. You got to ascend the whole thing, man. Because if not, you're leaving a part of yourself behind and then you feel the need to reincarnate. Just like if you leave the body, why would you ever go to the light? You are the light if you did the work. If you did the work, you're not going into the light. You are the light. You're going to go into the darkness. Be a light. The darkness to be a light. You get what I'm saying? That's why now you always want to go into darkness and give light. Even if they don't even want to hear you. You boom, boom, boom. I'm banging on the door. Hey man, I'm trying to wake y'all up. It's going down. Think about the songs that they give you. Think about the trap music. Think about the trap music, right? It's a trap. Damn, it's a trap. At the same time, at the same time that scientists discovered a new universe called Trappist One. Look it up. Trappist One. What the hell is Trappist One universe? Part of the metaverse. You ain't gotta believe me. Go look at it. Want you in the metaverse. Like I said, you're trying to get out of Metatron's cube. You're in the cube and you're trying to get out. So everything Metatronic is going to bring you back to where you are. If you think about the original Transformers, I'll give you this and I'll move on. Think about the original Transformers. What what were they looking for? If you go to the cartoon, and like you could probably find on YouTube, the original cartoon, the Decepticons came here for energon, or as I like to say, orgon. Like that's why a woman has an orgasm. That's why we are organic. They came here for your energy. And they invaded here for your energy. Why else would they come? That's why you come, because they need your energy and you give it to them. and then you're drained. So, like I said, it's all right there. But the new masculine paradigm, it's gonna change all that. The new masculine paradigm, we changing that. Ain't gonna be no hungry. Ain't gonna be no hurting and oh man, nah, no, no, no. See, like I said, nothing's new under the sun. It's just like one of my favorite stories about like when King David, when his wives got assaulted. So the men, they were out hunting, and some dudes roll up on the village and burnt everything down, killed some animals, took his wives, thought they were gonna go rape him and stuff. Dude pulled up, said, "Nah, it's cool. We know what to do." He didn't run after them all emotional. You know what he did? He went and fasted. Yeah, he went and sat down for a minute. He said, "I don't need no food. I don't need no drink. I don't need no smoke. You know what I need? I need to connect with my source." And all of the other men that went and did it. And they said it was about 200, 300 men. And they rolled out and slaughtered the whole army. See, when your true Kundalini is raised, you are the Superman, the Superwoman, the Super Being, the Super Saying. You are. That's what's so amazing about it, right? So the new male paradigm. Hold on a minute. God, man, my bad, y'all. Sitting outside, I think doggone flies are coming from everywhere, bothering me. So there's a group of us on Earth, the new male paradigm, and this is what I was getting to, right? There's a group of us on Earth that we came here for this, and I'm always speaking about it like we came here for this. But there's a group of us that we've been like born for this purpose. We've been living through this for our whole life. And now this time is comfortable to us, where was uncomfortable to other people. It's very comfortable to us because this is kind of who we are. And my divine feminist too, I don't mean to exclude you. I'm just simply stating that as a divine masculine, this is sort of been our upbringing, right? To be able to see you all and then aspire to be there, right? So these men, you know, we've been a group that's kind of been ostracized. We've been a group that's kind of been pushed to the side, whether you're emotional, whether you are type A personality, like over aggressive, because you were sent here to wage war, but war against the enemies of humanity, not against your wife or your children, right? So these men have this innate energy within them, and it's source code energy that is so powerful. It is so powerful. Whatever they do, it's like it emanates out of them, right? So this group of men are now coming online to realize why they're here, why they are meant to do what they do. And now that this new male paradigm is coming on, they're going to be able to walk the walk and talk the talk. And I know like it's been a lot of feminine that's been like, boy, I can't wait for that. I'm excited for that. And hold on, guys, let me check. Any y'all, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you too, Dorothy. Sweet pea has to be Jamaican. Y'all wow. Y'all wow. My so on maternal side, they're from St. Croix, St. Croix, and St. Thomas. And they migrated over here um, when during the Haitian Revolution. When the Haitian Revolution, they came through Louisiana, and that's where I was born, in Louisiana. So yeah, but yeah, soul family, yes, man, we all soul family for real, real, for real. But anyway, like we in here for this. We in here for this, and this new divine masculine collective that's coming through is coming through because now that they are needed, they can see where they fit in. And because they see where they fit in, they can now have a vision. And because they can now have a vision, they know where they're going. You feel me? It's hard for masculines to just go. They got to have a vision. That's why they say without a vision, the people perish. So now that vision is coming online. But what up, Truth Eye? Yo, Sweet Pea, thank you. Uh, yes, yes. And like I said, we are here for it. I keep saying it because sometimes it's unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable the things we have lived through. Like there are people walking around on earth that when they were born, they didn't even have a TV in their house. And now we walk around with handheld devices watching TV. Like you gotta really understand that what was once thought impossible it is possible today. And it's been possible. It was just hidden. So now that this new masculine paradigm is coming online, um, the events that are happening are spurring us to be more active in this world. And the matrix is shutting down, which is allowing for us to step into our purpose. Now that this has started, and it started with the last eclipse. This eclipse next year, get ready. All my melanated man, clean your body, clean your mind, clean the temple. That X marks the spot. Remember the one in 2017 that started this, and many of us awoke in 2017 in America. We really awoke. You know, remember that eclipse that went from the west to the east, and people are like, "Wait a minute, how does eclipse go from west to east? I thought the sun rises in the east, and what? How did that happen?" That eclipse dropped so many source soul codes into our temples. I can't even explain it. So many of us just woke up. We woke up. Well, 7 years later, here we are, and 2024 is going to now come up through South America and draw X across America. And that's why they're doing all of these rituals with Memphis, Tennessee. This is why they're doing that. If y'all in the know and y'all follow that type of stuff, they're doing all kind of rituals, black magic with Memphis, Tennessee, and New York, because they lay on that line. Truth, truth is stranger than fiction. But what's going to happen is that X factor is going to activate. It's going to act. If you've been doing the work, what I'm receiving is that you're going to be able to now activate the connection between this physical body and the light body, and actually be able to start pulling light from that light body. Yo, it's gonna be crazy doing it. Yep, there it is, Glass Moon. Straight up, straight up. Because if you're already doing it, like I said, you're gonna reap the benefits of the work you've been doing. God is not mocked. Whatever man sows, he shall reap. And I don't use the term God, I use the term source. The source of us all is not mocked. Whatever you sow, you will reap. That's the laws of the universe. And no man can change the laws of the universe. No man. So, as we are co creating this new earth, we're co creating it by creating our life. You feel me? We're co creating the new earth by creating our life, writing our vision into the version of the new earth. What are you going to do? What structures are you going to take over? Like, are you going to go into music, giving humanity music? Are you going to go into giving humanity arts? See, nothing is bad. It's all in the way that it's used. This is heaven or it's hell. Like my daughter asked me, I think I mentioned this before, but she said, "Dad, why don't we have unicorns?" And I said, "Sweetie, they killed them all out. But we'll have unicorns when you go create one." Genetic coding is not bad. We know what genetic coding is. They turned our codes off. That's why we're here trying to remember ourselves and trying to pull this all together. Because we have had codes, junk DNA, turned off. But this is writing the ship. So that's why I said, hey, we got to cleanse our body, we got to cleanse our hearts, and we got to cleanse our mind. 3 levels, right? 3D. We cleanse that, we connect those, and we get our crown, which is why they had something for that too. They had jobs for your crown too. Just saying. Right? Hey, unicorn for real though, truth. Hey, I mean, why don't we have a griffin? Why aren't griffins flying around? See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what? Why couldn't you create? If you were Genesis knew the code and you created a griffin, you are the god of this realm. Like that. That's what I can't understand. Humanity is the god of this realm. You are meant to be the one in charge. And literally, they know that we are awakening to that. This is what they did in the 50s. They knew we were awakening in the 50s. Henrietta Lacks, they found out that the American Negro was the chosen line, chosen blood lineage to carry on humanity through the resets. They found that out. All right. So how did they find that out? They knew you were historical. They knew you been here for a minute, right? But when Henrietta Lacks walks into John Hopkins, newly formed John Hopkins University Hospital, and she's bleeding, and they take her cells, they scrape her uterus and get the cells. They found out her cells were immortal, that they regenerated within 24 hours. Even today, she died, I think, in 54, and even today, her cells are still alive. They sell them right now for research on you. They sell them worth billions of dollars. Family never got anything. But my point is, you have immortal cells within you that regenerate. If these cells regenerate, that means within 24 hours, that means you have the ability to live forever. So if you have the ability to live forever, and before I go on, not in a toxic environment, not in a toxic environment can you live forever. If your water is poisoned and your cells are replicating themselves in 24 hours, it's replicating the distortion that is in it. This is why we got to get the distortion out of our fields. This is why we even talk about this. So, removing the distortions out of your field is going to help your DNA upgrade faster than you can imagine. So, fasting, drinking clean water, all that good stuff. But Henrietta Lacks, she dies from the cervical cancer that she had. These were cancer cells. And even now, they're going to start putting those cells in their forever meats, or whatever the damn things is, plant meats, plant-based meats, which you shouldn't even be eating that crap. But they're putting it in plant-based meats now, and it's cancer cells, and they are immortal. You get what I'm saying? The Tuskegee experiment, where they give the American Negro syphilis, that wasn't for him, that was for the woman. Because what is he gonna do? He gonna go home and be with his wife, right? And they all had to be married. But they go home, and you never hear nothing about the woman, the women. They always talk about the men. Oh, yeah, and I get it. Trust me, I'm a dude. I get it. You walking around with syphilis for years and didn't even know it and wondering why you're dying. That's messed up. But my goodness, what did those women go through? Because if you know anything about syphilis, it literally eats up the internal organs. It's parasitic. It's a parasite. Babe Ruth, one of the greatest baseball players, went blind from syphilis. Like, this is real. And they gave it to these men, doing experiments on them. So trust me when I'm telling you, they got Henrietta Lacks cells and they experimented on them. And then the jobs got worse for melanated communities. This is how they changed our timeline. We were headed toward the timeline of ascension. See, there's going to be a melanated president. It was going to be a melanated president in that timeline. So they gave you one. But the true president was going to be MLK, was going to be Martin Luther King. That was going to be your first black president on that timeline that they destroyed. Did you know the first time they activated CERN was 1957 after they found those immortal cells? Because, you know, everybody just give slaves 40 acres and a mule. That's what people do. When you free slaves, you give them 40 acres, right? You don't give them nothing like that. Y'all know that. Y'all know better. So, like I said, we are, oh, let me read that. Let me see. Erica, I could have never listened to all of this before today. Chills the truth you just said. Yep, Bobby. Yeah, Bob. Yep. Hey, for real. Yeah, I know. I know. And like the truth is stranger than fiction. I mean, you could read a fiction book and probably believe that before you believe some of this truth. Just like the American Negro, your true home is Antarctica. Your true birthplace of the Naga, the man who walked on fire. All right, when he walked, he had fire. He had Kundalini fire. His light body was in the physical body. That man was in Antarctica. Why do you think they won't let you go? Everything they found, pyramids, underground cities, all that, they won't let you go. And they never will. It never will. And when we do get there, they know that it activates your DNA. What did they tell you in the Superman movie? Where did he have to go? He had to go see his ancestors, right? Over in this big old Iceland that was the ice wall. So you are the protectors of that and don't remember. But now we're remembering. And as we remember, guess what? It's just like the book of Exodus. They can beat, they can kill, they can do everything they want to do. But once it's activated, you will walk into your position of power as the caretakers of this place. Next round into everything, right? But this is what these cosmic updates are doing because the world is ascending. Yeah, everything is ascending. But you are ascending too, and you are ascending in purpose. But you also have a plan that has been laid out for your ascension. This is what we call soul contracts, right? That's the plan that was laid out for your ascension. And now we are in that plan. So, yo, it's time to activate to light up because when we do, we are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. We're the, of course, yep. You already know, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes because you are in an open air prison. You're in an open air prison. That's where you live at, in an open air prison. Think about it. Borders are the walls. You got to have a passport to pass their port of entry. So you have been in prison here for your ancestors have for at least 5-6 generations in prison right here. Can't leave without permission because that's freedom, right? No, no, no. Let me see. How do you feel about the future? Hold on, that went away too fast. Hold on. How do you feel about the future, as in how many generations before the world is truly purified? That's a great question. Um, what I saw when I basically I don't want to explain my gift. That's too much. But look, this is what I saw. I saw that we will have as many generations as it takes for the required amount of souls to awaken and come in. And when I first heard it, I was like, man, that could be forever. But no, that's why we're doing the work. That's why many are called and few are chosen, because we're going out and we're telling people, wake up. This is a matrix that is still in your soul, that is still in your light. And when they wake up, we hasten or we hurry up the energy. So remember, outside of here, time doesn't exist. We are building up to a certain frequency to have so many, and then boom, it happens. That's why it comes like a thief in the night. Nobody knows when it's going to happen, because nobody knows when the cup is full of his wrath. Or to say it in a better way, nobody knows when the amount of people needed to rebirth this earth, it has been preserved, if you get what I'm saying. Because we're being preserved till the end. It is to the end that we must survive. And that's what Revelations tells you, is to the end. Please tell us about your gifts. Oh, well, one of them that I use to kind of see what's going to happen is when I go out of body. So I'll go into dark room meditation and press in my eyes, because that allows you to see the photonic light from your internal eye. So this goes to show you that you are a source of light. So if you were to go into a dark room and literally take your eyes and press in, and this is what Paul talks about, pressing into the kingdom of heaven. So you're pressing into your eyes, and as you do that, you start to see the different colors, and you start to see all of um, um, the potentialities of the universe, and it comes in photonic light. And your third eye is perceiving this, and they'll freak you out if you've never done this, because your eyes are closed and you're in a dark room, but yet you're seeing light. So as you're doing this, you are allowing the cosmic light, the light of source, to enter you. And once that happens, you ride that wave out. That's sort of my gift. I get to connect with source in that way. And I ride that wave out and look at the potentialities of the timeline I live in. Now, that potentiality can change, but it usually is it usually stays the same. It usually stays. When I see the potentiality, this is why they use CERN. This is why they use CERN so much, because they change the potentiality of our realm, of our time and space. Not space, space. Like if you were sitting on the couch, like if me and Bobby sitting on the couch and Bobby got his elbows all out, and I need room, I'm gonna be like, Bobby, I need some space, man. Right? I'm going left or right. I'm going into space to get more space. So start thinking in those terminologies, right? And when you do, you will be able to um, bring your soul to a maturation, to a point where it wants to go out to see the timeline. If you get what I'm saying, it's a brain body mind connection. Well, for me anyway. But anyway, that's the gift that I use for that. Sorry, I didn't mean to bore y'all, man. That's kind of it. Bobby, I feel like we've wait, hold on, I missed one. So you mean it's gonna click at some? Yes, yes. So the best thing you could do is be prepared, because no man know it the moment, no man know it the hour, no man, not I mean nobody, because you don't know when that last person passes from. In other words, they wake up. We were dead. We were once dead. As the Bible says, dead in your transgressions, dead in your sins. Not sins like they say. You were dead in your sin or in your illusion. The moon was called sin. The moon was called sin. So you were dead in your illusion. What is the moon symbol? Illusion. So you were once dead in your illusion or your sin or the moon energy. And then you are awakened to life. We go through this multiple times in life. We do. We go to sleep and we awaken. Just like right now, our collective is awakening. You're welcome. You're so welcome. But Bobby said, I feel like we've gotten closer. Energies have ramped up in the last few years. End of this cycle. That's for true. And for us that know this, like I said before, we're preparing for it. Man, we prepping. We prepping. But we ain't just prepping for food wise, 3D wise. Now we're prepping 5D wise. Yo, we in it. We're prepping all the way, because here's the thing. We will gather. We will get in communities. We will survive. I promise you, we will survive. I've seen the timeline. We survive, but we don't necessarily survive in America. There's an exodus. We go to the outside lands. We go to the outside lands, and it starts with the collective going home to Antarctica. And like I said, once you get there, you will have no more questions. And you might say that's easy for you to say because we can't go. Man, you can't go because they know you will see who you truly, truly, truly are. When you see all them beings with them locks and their hair's on fire and it's all up in the air on fire, like they show you in the movies and the cartoons and all of that, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, engraved in stone, there I am. That's what you're gonna see. Let's roll. Look, I'm trying to get my pilot's license now. I'm letting you know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the matrix to go boom, boom, boom. Like I said, the ones who are ready to lead a matrix, man, they ready for this thing to collapse because they know what time it is. When that collapses and they all go in their little underground bunkers and all of that, which something good finna happen to them too. Something really good. I really hope they enjoy their underground cities while they try to leave everybody else up here to endure the real reset, the real true reset. But they gotta do theirs before the real thing happens. They always mimicking source, right? So, exactly, exactly. That paranormal activity is through the roof right now. Through the roof right now. Like ancestors are connecting, man. Ancestors are connecting like never before. I mean, yeah, somebody on that freak. Yeah, yeah, Bobby, shoot. Bro, we up out of here. I'm telling you, once the matrix falls apart, man, I'm in the plane. Boom, I'm gone. I'm gone. Anybody want to hop on the plane? We up out of here. Because once you get back to Antarctica and you touch that soul, oh my gosh, watch your source code comes on. And I feel like because there's some of us that are gonna live to like 165 years old right now. Like now. Like some of us now will live to be 165. Do you know that when you bring your light body into this body, you're gonna reign with Christ 1,000 years? You remember that in Revelation? You're gonna reign with Christ 1,000 years, not with him, like he's over there, you over here, and you're reigning with him. No, you are reigning with the Christ inside of you. That's how you reign. That's how you rule with the Christ inside of you, that light body inside this physical body. That you are the Christ. So that right there is gonna happen. When that happens, you're gonna live to be 1,000 years old. You're not supposed to be dying in 57, or the physical body ain't supposed to be dying in 50, 75 years. That's crazy. Let's see. One of my friends said, yeah, plane ticket, plane ticket. One of my friends said she doesn't think some of us will age like, yes, yes, exactly, exactly. If you really think about it, like those phrases they use, black don't crack, all that stuff. But if you really think about it, some of us are not going to age. The reason that most of us age right now today, is because we do not have a good food source and we don't have real water. Real water comes out of an aquifer in the ground. All the water that we drink is recycled water. So it's dead water. If you really think about it, if you're not drinking water out of a well, you're drinking dead water because it's been recycled. And that's no matter where you get it from. Because even the the only way to drink real pure water is distilled water because that water is made from steam. But even then, think about all the stuff, the pollutants they spray in the air. So, like I said, that's the only reason we're devoid of certain nutrients. The neutrinos that come from the sun are our nutrients. That's why you can live off of the sun. If your codes were on, you could live off of the sun rays. But you actually have to really anchor it in. You can't live off of soul rays. And oh my, now tell me that is not divine timing. I'm talking about soul rays and solar eclipse. God, you can't make this up. What's up, girl? How you doing? How you doing? Good to catch up with you too. You can't make this up. Oh my goodness. But you think about the soul, you think about the soul R